Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Miss Hill. I've missed you guys. So the last few weeks we've been on summer break, an early summer break, to take advantage of the school closures and staying at home and social distancing. But now we are in week 34 of the school year, and our school has organized our online learning system to resume again. So we don't really know how long we'll be doing online learning. So we're going to take a new approach at it this time. I know that this class is probably not the highest priority in your life right now. It's a stressful and it's a chaotic time. Nobody knows really what's going to happen or when, and I myself don't know, and I myself am scared for my family here in Vietnam, for my family in the United States, and my husband's family in Argentina. And I'm sure many of you also have anxiety and concerns and worries about the school year as well. So you're dealing with a global crisis. You're not sure what's going to happen in school, and the grown-ups around you, your teachers, your parents, we don't have answers because we just don't know. So we're going to focus on taking things one day at a time. Now, we're going to resume normal classes and our normal schedule, but I know that there's nothing normal about this time period. It's difficult to stay at home and be sequestered and alone, and it's also difficult probably for your parents and your grandparents, etc. And sometimes staying at home can intensify, make stronger some fears that you might have, but it's an important thing to do. So I myself am teaching from home, and you guys are also learning from home. Now, I don't have a magic wand or a crystal ball, but I am always here to listen, and I want to be there for you guys, not just for learning, but also for just wanting to talk, if you want to talk, because I know it's quite lonely social distancing, or also if you do have concerns or questions, I will do my best to find answers with you. So our emphasis on online learning in week 34 and week 35, the next 2 weeks, will be on extending a sense of care for our class and building a digital community. So our face-to-face classes cannot be 100% recreated online. That's impossible. It's different. Learning digitally is a different format, being online, and our classroom community will need to adjust a little. But I know that we can do it, and I promise to show up for you guys every day. Even though I might not be perfect. It's my first time teaching online as well, so I will ask you to please help me if there are mistakes with the video, if something doesn't upload, or the format is skewed. Please tell me, because I'm a learner too in this online game, and I want to make the classes as good as I can for all of us. And I think together we can make a great class. Okay, so transitioning back to online learning, you are all a very integral, a very important part of the puzzle during this challenging time. It's important when we rethink education for a global crisis. We have to rethink education. We have to rethink being together in a room. And what does online learning look like? So I think some challenges that I thought about were maybe electronic equity, meaning that some of you might have your own computer or your own smart device. Some of you might be sharing with your brother or your sister or your parents. So it might be hard to access electronics. So one way that I, as your teacher, want to solve this problem is, even though the school has really kindly organized an online learning schedule, just like the schedule we have at home, that we have at school, I know it's almost impossible to implement this 100% at home. It's a great idea to follow a schedule and to keep organized and follow a routine. But I know that some of you might be sharing electronic devices with your brother or your sister, or maybe your parents are still going to work and you need to take care of your little kid sister or kid brother or elderly grandparents. So I know that a specific exact time of 80 minutes, you might not be able to access and be on your smart device. So I am going to work as hard as I can to pre-record all of the videos and conversations before class, so that you can watch me talk at any time of the day. And one great aspect of that is that you can slow me down on the YouTube speaking function. You can speed me up if I'm talking too slowly, and you can rewind me, pause me, and that's a great feature in learning. It really is. Another issue about rethinking education during a global crisis is that you won't be able to do as many group or practice activities, which is really important for English language learning. So we are going to be doing breakout rooms on Canvas, which is a feature where I can group you and you guys get to talk via video chat. Now, I know that the first 2 weeks we did this after TED, there was a little lag, and I know that that might be a bit tricky. So to help with that, there are other features outside of Canvas that we can also use, like Zoom. We can make a WhatsApp group and have a chat for your breakout groups, etc. We're going to be as flexible as we can, but just private message me or shoot me an email if you're having those kind of technical difficulties, and we'll do what we can to fix them. Another issue that I think that we can resolve is, I know that quizzes and tests are something that might be on your mind, and that's a very valid concern. We will need to take quizzes and tests online on Canvas. Doing quizzes and doing tests, it's a way to check for your understanding. It's a way to check that you're all on the same page, that I'm doing my job in communicating information well and in a way that is relevant and accessible, and in small chunks for you to digest, for you to learn piece by piece. So, because of that, online quizzes and tests are something new. They're new. And it will be a challenge for our class to have all of our assessments being online. So what I propose that we do is, 1, because I care about you guys, but 2, because I know that it's a struggle, all of our quizzes and tests will be online with open internet and open book. So that's one thing that I can do for you, and I will not make the timeline, the time limit, too short. You'll have enough time, plenty of time. You'll be able to look up information, etc. Now, it's not going to be a multiple choice test. It's going to be a short answer test, so I can see your individual answers. Of course, on my end, that's a lot of short answers to read and grade. But for you guys, it's definitely worth it because I can see you learning better that way. For our first assignment, what I want to do today is talk about our digital community. What does it mean to have a digital community? Because it's going to be different than our face-to-face community. In class, we did a lot of work together, doing team building exercises, getting to know each other. At the beginning of the year, the first 3 or 4 weeks, we exclusively focused on building our community. When you guys did your bubble art with your name and shared it with the people at your table, when you worked in groups, when you made the pie graph and everyone's a part of the learning, like what do my peers need to learn, what do I need to learn, how can we support each other? So we're going to do something similar to support our online digital community. Your first assignment is very simple. 1, I need everybody to post their picture, not an anime, not a cartoon, not a drawing, but your face, so that we can all recognize each other and know who we're talking to. Having a face sets up a platform for us to really begin to engage in this online digital community. It helps us to feel connected and to see a face. I could easily not show my face or this room. I could do a slide share on the computer and just have a voiceover. But research shows us that when we have a face and when we're talking to a human being that we can see on the internet, we feel more connected and more motivated to chat and to be an engaged participant. And that's really important. The second part of our assignment today is to make a profile. So your little profile will say who you are, your interests, etc. I've made one myself, so you guys can look at that profile as an example. And I think it's a great opportunity because when we do online professional development, or maybe you'll take some online courses at university or exclusively online, you will be asked to do that as well, to have a picture and a profile. I just completed my own graduate certificate just during TED. I did a 2-week course and they also ask me to put my picture and my profile. And it does make a big difference in being able to connect with other people. Now, we do all know each other already, but in some online classes, you'll never meet your participants. You'll just have this profile, a few sentences, a few blurbs, and a picture. So you can present yourself as authentically as possible. The second thing, so one is a profile picture, two is your profile section, your blurb about yourself, like a mini biography, if you will. And three, I'm going to have a discussion format today, and the topic of that discussion is how can we, what can we do to support our learning culture, our community culture, our digital online culture? What can we do? What can we verbally say that we want to have? So what digital community culture do we want to embody? So my suggestion to you is two things. One, that everyone be professional, where we're still a classroom, we're still a learning body at LSDS, even though we're spread apart Ho Chi Minh City. So we're still a learning community and we're still professional. One is that the learning that happens inside this classroom, inside our digital community, goes outside of our classroom, and that we take what we learn and we take it to the world, to our family, that it doesn't just live on this online bubble. So those are my two suggestions, and your attendance will also be based on your discussion participation. So I would like you guys to put what you would like our digital community culture to be. So again, that's what would you like our digital, our online learning culture, the way we talk, our attitude, our beliefs. So our digital culture, and what does that look like for you? So you please can write this in full sentences and make sure you comment before the end of the day. Now, I will open that discussion, and that discussion will be open for the whole day. But at the end of class, I will say goodbye, class. Because our live conference, I will open a live conference. I will close that at the end of the class. However, you can still private message me or chat at any time. Okay, students, so assignment 1 today, profile picture, profile section. What does our online digital community culture want to be, want to look like? And I will edit, and as the discussion post grows, I would like you to comment on one other student. So you have to make your comment about your suggestion for our online community, and then 2, I want you to comment on a student's post. So if a student says, I want our online learning culture to be cool, to be hip, to be happy, and if you agree and you like that, you can reply to them and say, absolutely, I want this. And that way, when I see all of the comments and threads, I will know by likes and by comments what we really want as a class. Because if I say, oh, we should be professional, and what learning happens in our classroom goes out of our classroom, or those are my 2 suggestions, but nobody likes it or nobody comments on it, then I'm the only one who wants that. So maybe that's not something that our class community culture should have. So please like and comment on the thread so that I can know what you guys would like to have. Okay, goodbye students, see you soon.